best like person like. Never mind. Never mind.
You know
I didn't
what?
know what it was there.
You know what? You know the answer to that question.
Yeah, you just bully me even more.
I am, how do you say, a cyber circa 1994 on AOL Online.
That's going back.
Post my friends' phone numbers in the general chat. Oh, by the way, guys, sorry for missing last night. I passed out and didn't wake.
Yeah, I entered Discord like a little bit later. I was like penis or butt coin.
Well, it's no big deal. It's just the difference between winning and losing.
Savash, it's okay. JKM's here now.
Your dad.
He's gonna have to
You're
talk to you.
now.
I'm gonna have to give you a talking to.
I saw Savash, she had to leave the pool before that. You were like 3k DPS ahead of everyone else. It's like, no.
Alright, if everybody has read the notes from yesterday, we are going to make a few small adjustments to our relic timing just so that the transitions go a little easier, but everything else is pretty much the same. Anybody who was not here yesterday, I guess, yeah, we have a couple people, so we should go over it. The main difference is that we're using the bubble relic to mitigate some of the mechanics and make it a little easier, particularly in phase 3 and 2, I guess. So phase 1, we do the same as we always have. We dodge the beams the same as normal. We'll heal through it as normal. Phase 1, we try to transition before the second set of I-beams comes out. Make sure you grab your flask. And then when that transition happens, or right before it happens, we pop the DPS relic to burn down whatever guardians are up. Then once that relic is finished casting, I'll pop the Void Stone and clear whatever Oblivion Tears are up. And then phase 2, we do pretty much similarly, except that this time we are going to use the Tempest Collar on the first set of Mindbenders. So yesterday we were using the Bubble on the first set, but this time we're going to switch it up, use Tempest Collar on the first set, and kill them as normal. So try to use it to finish off the Mindbenders when they're at low health so they don't spawn their little ad dudes. But you gather them and DPS them the same as normal, and keep in mind that the big fear circle appears about the same time right after those Mindbenders spawn. So we need to keep using ranged interrupts and things to get them in position outside of the circle. Then for the second set of Mindbenders, we're going to use the bubble. So what happens is the Mindbenders spawn, we start interrupting and DPSing them as normal. So your goal is to kill the Mindbenders and let their the little void spawn ads spawn, but don't kill the void spawn ads immediately. So because the fear circle is going to come out around then, and so we're going to dodge out of the fear circle, drop the bubble relic, gather everyone inside the bubble relic, and kill the void spawns inside the bubble, which should be enough to deplete it. And then our goal should be to push phase 3 before a third set of void Mindbenders spawn. And then at the same thing, at the transition, we use the Tempest Collar to finish off any Guardians, and this time it will be available every time because we are using the bubble on the second set of Mindbenders instead of the Tempest Collar. Last time we would use the Tempest Collar to kill Mindbenders, and then we'd immediately push phase 3 and we wouldn't have it up to kill the Guardians. So we always had like a Guardian or two up going into phase 3, which is not good. So we're going to reorder it so that we reliably have Tempest Collar for the second phase transition. And then phase 3 is also going to be slightly different because we don't have enough DPS to push a kill before the third I-beam, so we need to prepare for it being an So what we're going to do is treat the first I-beam like we treat the first I-beam in phase 1. We'll just have everybody dodge it because there's not that many Oblivion Tears out and people aren't taking that much damage. So you just dodge it as normal, take one stack, let it fall off, take another stack, heal through it. The second one is the one we're going to use the bubble for this time. And then the third one we will try to heal through as best we can. Are there any questions?
No, I think phase 3 people gotta make a more concerted effort to avoid the tears, because looking at the logs, like there'd be an occasional one for phase 1 and phase 2. As soon as we get to phase 3, it's this constant tears being popped.
Yep. And each tear will heal him for 1%. So that's, 1 million health. And you, if you're a good DPS, will do a little over 3 million damage in phase 3. And so every tear you soak is basically killing yourself for a third of the phase. Or negating the damage you do, I guess, for a third of the phase.
Yeah,
And
it's
so, go ahead.
better to stop DPS and just avoid it, because you're never going to make up what you cause in health gain.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Savash, do you need a Vantis rune?
Fine.
Where are you?
I'm a lady.
Okay, is it feed on the unworthy, the circle that leeches health? Is
Thank
it
you, sir.
bad if one
Already got my
stands in
face.
more than one of those circles at a time?
It is not bad. It's worse to, it's better to have to stand in multiple if they don't have other people in them. So the worst case scenario is somebody standing by themselves with a circle with nobody. And so if you have the choice between two people with circles standing near you and you can leech to both of them and they neither of them have a buddy, then go ahead and do it. If one of them has another person in it and the other one doesn't, then go ahead and only go into one of them.
Okay. I guess my main concern is when everybody's kind of stacked real tight and there's a lot going on.
Eventually there will be so many out that you will have to stand in multiple ones in order to keep people. So don't be, I guess the key is later in the fight you'll basically just want to stack everyone up. It doesn't really matter. But earlier in phase 3, it's a bit of inefficient to have everybody stack when there's only like 1 or 2 torments out. So initially you want to just stack with 1 or 2 buddies. I would say once we get to like the second beam, then just stack up and focus on being near somebody with it, or if you have it or don't have it.
Okay.
When are we going to lust?
We will lust in phase 3 right after the first beam.
Because the negative right now is, from what I could see on his health decrease, Lust really didn't do anything with our tries last night. He was pretty flat. There wasn't a real big burst of damage on him.
Yes, it should go up, hypothetically.
I mean, there probably was, but then it probably went up too, so you didn't notice.
Yeah, once we dodge that beam, you have nothing to dodge except Oblivion Tears. So you have, I think it's like 30 something or 40 seconds between beams. So you will have that time to, all you have to do is move forward when an Oblivion Tear spawns, but otherwise you can just focus damage.
Okay, I think Prayer is giving you a subtle hint there.
Any other questions?
Are you gonna activate your Vantis rune?
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
I just gave him one, even though he probably had one still.
We have to roll the dice.
Stop pressuring him.
Baichin just rolled.
Come on, JKM, beat my roll. Oh,
Oh, nice.
Which will is
Otherwise, we're good. I don't think there's anything else that was a problem. We're gonna just focus on not being in the middle when you're dodging void crashes and Oblivion Tears. And then I will get the first Void Stone, and Kales can get the second one on the phase transition. Using the Tempest Caller early in the phase transition helps a lot with getting the Void Stone done with quick. And we should be proactive. So when we do the second phase transition, Kales, go ahead and call out what pack of pools you're going to be getting, and then other people should get the other ones.
Do you want to try that trick with separating out the Tempest Caller from the rest?
Yes, so the first phase, since you're going to do it, let's do it to where you basically run it back to where it is right now, right? Because everybody else can stand near the front where the big eye is once the ads are dead. And let's see if that makes a difference. It might be that the range is so long that it doesn't matter, but we'll try.
Just don't drop it where the rings are going to form.
Yeah, the ring gets slightly bigger in phase 2 than it was in phase 1, so you will have a little margin. Like I dropped the Void Stone outside of the ring in phase 1 or in the transition because you have to, but it's still pick upable in phase 2.
What?
How do you have no flask when a cauldron just went down?
Because I was waiting for the explanation before I used it. My brain.
Ah, good answer. Everybody's got a Vantis, right?
That means we'll totally kill it now, right?
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. Need that little bit of versatility.
Everybody's ready. Tanks.
We had to pass assist.
Ah, we did, huh?
4,
I'm not raid
3,
leader.
2, 1.
First Oblivion Tear. There it is. Move back in.
Call Undying Guardian, Oblivion Tier.
First beams are coming.
Eyes of Inso. Oblivion Tier. Gift of
Oops,
Insight.
sorry.
Obscurity. Oblivion Tier. Void Crash. Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier. Eyes of
Spate
Insight.
those tears a little further in or out to the edge. Use the relic. Gonna avoid stuff.
Can you use an external on me, please?
Oblivion Tier.
I don't have one.
Chaos, do you have it?
I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
We don't need a totem.
Dropping.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Watch the tears. First Void Benders, these are the ones we're going to Tempest Caller. Who has it?
I have it.
Go ahead and burn them down, use it when they're somewhat low.
I got this one.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian. Gift of Insight. Hysteria. Oblivion Tear.
Here's the second set of Mindbender. This is the one we're going to bubble.
I'm drinking real quick.
Consume Essence.
Akunda, use it.
Tempest Colors and a tear.
It's okay, we're going to use the bubble for this one. Once they... Just kill them really quick and kill the little ads when they spawn.
Watch the tear.
Hysteria. Call Undying Guardian.
He just healed a bit.
Upper Decker has the tank debuff.
Why?
That's a good question.
You have aggro on something.
All the ads are going to Upper Decker in.
All right.
Wait, Upper Decker has aggro.
Can you? No. Can somebody do a paladin thing to him?
I did.
Okay. Is that?
We got a third set though. It's too much. Let's just wipe. We use a 50. Run outside.
Really battle res somebody.
Gift of Insight. Hysteria. Oblivion Tear.
Don't release.
Call Undying
Don't
Guardian.
release.
My Soulstone tag.
Hands off the keyboard.
I got JKM.
And off the mouse.
They were not the ones you sought, Master. We will find others to
Rezzing.
open the way.
Yeah, alright. He probably just healed a bunch from the tears, and that's why we got a third. Who's at spawn?
What's Mahoosits?
It was only 6 million healing.
Yeah, that's
Oh, no, that's the
6%, and
Guardian.
he was at 50, right?
Yeah, and that was 6% in 1.5 phases.
I take it back.
Doing
It's
10
3.9
million.
million. The Undying Garden had the most healing this time.
Ah.
UNAT only had 3.9 million healing. 3.62 from Oblivion too.
All right, but that's basically how the execution of it's going to go. The one thing I would say is let's delay the bubble just a little bit. I guess it doesn't really matter. They all died fast. So everything was pretty much fine except for the healing, I think, and the overall damage output on the boss to push phase 3 a little faster.
Stuff for an eat.
I'm eating.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance.
Oblivion Tear.
First tears out, get back in. Get back to the edges. Get those void tears out. The all right. Get olds up.
Get old, not me.
No, we lost Chanta too. Let's go ahead and wipe.
I'm sorry, I was in the middle of Divine Hymn and I should have moved.
Call Undying Guardian.
Yeah. Olds was the warlock that didn't die.
Nobody release.
Oh, sorry. I saw 2 warlocks and I assumed one was you.
Oh, thanks.
Don't release.
Nobody release. We'll be able to res.
We know who JKM's favorite warlock is.
They were not the ones you sought, Master. We will find others to open the way.
Out of range.
I have to make like a 2-minute phone call, okay, while everybody's eating.
Okay.
So basically, I'm looking at the logs. Every tick you take of Oblivion Tear, every time you jump into it, it's a million healing on.
Yeah, it's 1% of his health. Conveniently, I think our raid group is exactly the size where he has 100 million.
0.5. All right. Wait, I've got 8 minutes left. Do I ever have another one?
I don't know. I have like 4. I've just been picking ones at random.
I only have that one. It's on the slung cooldown.
Uh,
Let me have more. Let me look. What are they called?
I think they're all called like Crash and Thrash and something.
Just equip something called toy armor set. This is bad.
No, I think it looks good. I think it fits your transmog.
This is my big dumb plate head.
Oh look, my best friends are here.
I'm pretty sure you can soak 1 Void Crash and it won't kill you. It'll do about... Oh, never mind. It does... What is it? 194k, it looks like. 190k. So yeah, you'll barely live if you have over 200k health, but let's not risk it.
That trains the healers.
Bludger took a hit for 82.3k. Does it tick?
No, it should just be. It's probably the second bounce, right? It decreases by half.
So yeah,
Or
then
something
it's
like
166, 195, 196, 262. Somebody took.
Yeah,
That
so
must be
it just scales down to some degree. So I think the first one was what killed the 2 warlocks. You just took both of them.
Yeah, they were overlapping and right in the middle of the ring.
Yep.
I barely made it out.
Yeah, details doesn't show how many times you get hit by a spell. I guess if you live log, it'll show that.
But if the ranged are stacked, you will get it on you, probably on your feet. So you need to be ready to move. Preferably, I think forward's usually a safe direction because behind you is an oblivion. But it helps if everybody's stacked up against the edge of the circle, because if they're overlapping, then they aren't like kind of overlapping and still covering a big area. They're just two circles right on.
Yeah. If you look at like Asteers and Melisra, you can see on the death log that they got hit twice. You can see the two separate hits.
In details?
In details.
You can look at
exactly.
deaths and
Okay,
it'll
yep,
show you
yep.
what happened. It's my second window that I always have open. You can see it in all the kill videos.
Back.
Bile Billy.
I have food and I have a flask. I don't know why it's saying that. It's probably because I'm in this toy.
It's because
slot.
you're in the Naz Jar honor guard.
It's because of Billy Blee.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold every
Let's bait the first Void Terror, or Oblivion Terror. Move back in the circle. Get towards the edge.
Call Undying Guardian, Oblivion Tier. Void Crash.
All right. Let's go ahead and do the beam.
Ankh?
Go ahead and do it, yeah, and res Teha.
Gift of Insight, Obscurity. Oblivion Tier.
Watch the tear.
Void Crash. Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier. Eyes of Insight.
Ground effect. Get back towards the edge of the circle. Burn the relic, burn the...
Need an external on me now.
Dropping.
Don't get in that tear. Okay, someone ran right through it. Here's another tear.
First Mindbenders are out. This is the one we Tempest Caller.
Don't get in that tear. I've got this.
Go ahead and position counterclockwise behind the boss. To see where he's facing now, get behind him. Watch the tear. Second set of mind benders is coming soon. This is the one you're gonna bubble. They're down. Ranged interrupts and bring them in. You want to burn them down, single target or AoE, doesn't matter.
Akunda.
Once they die and the little eyes are out, we pop the bubble, everybody stack in it. Boss DPS does nothing right now, you should be on the ads. There's the bubble. Get inside, don't be in the tear.
I got bounced to 3 of them. Right on the edge of one.
Go back to the edge. No, we have a tank death. Just go ahead and wipe. I have a battle.
Oblivion Tear. Consume essence.
Go stand outside. Don't release. Hands off the keyboard.
Your dream has
Taste of incense. Hysteria.
Oh my, I'm an idiot.
And found
Oh, we're fine.
Too. Start running.
Yeah.
You've got sprint. It's okay.
Fuck you, Simon.
Yeah. That was kind of hard on the healers that time. You were down a healer for a long time.
Just do better. Just kidding.
All right, so the key thing with the Oblivion Tears is that when you step in one, you will get knocked towards whatever direction your back is facing. But that really doesn't, I guess, doesn't really matter because you shouldn't be stepping on them in the first place. And if it's an accident, you're not going to be prepared for it.
Yeah, they were just too close together, and I got out of one. And when I
They're
stepped
close
too
together by design, and so if they're all in a line behind you and you step into one, you'll just get knocked into the line one at a time, and you'll just trigger all of them. So it's just how it's going to work.
So, aside for the second time, the Tempest Collar was in the middle of a tear. Is there anything we can do to prevent that, or is it just bad?
It's the tear will drop where a player is. So after if it's down on the ground, right, you can't pick it up for however many seconds, then nobody should be walking near it. So when Larissa triggers it the first time, after the ads are dead, he's going to be running to the rear of the room where it is right now and dropping it there. And we are not, and the raid should be going to the opposite end of the room near where the boss is currently standing. And that way the Tempest Collar should be far away from the raid where additional Oblivion Tears will drop.
And I will need healing for that.
Yes. And then once the second time you use it, right, everybody's going to be kind of clustered around the ads in the center of the room. And there's not, you can't really do anything about where you're standing there. But once you've used the Tempest Collar, again, you should kind of, if you're the person using it, kind of try to stand apart from everyone else so that when somebody trying to run back gets targeted by an Oblivion Tear, they don't inadvertently run through you and drop it on you.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, everyone was in melee with the big ads, and so it was no way to hit them and avoid.
Yeah, the timing is kind of sucky for using the bubble on the second ones. I understand why, but we're getting quite a few of the tears in the bubble area.
You will get it'll overlap and you will get a tear in the bubble at the same. So you only need to be in the bubble when the ads die, when the little ads die. And when you're in the bubble, you don't need to be in the center, right? If you're near the edges and you get targeted by a tear, there's still a percentage of the bubble that is clear for you to stand in, and only one tear will spawn at a time. So you won't be in danger once that one tear spawns.
If you've got good shielding, because I tend to not take a lot of damage, but I don't know if it's worth staying outside to bait the.
I think it's better just to stack up and be on the edge of the bubble. And as long as you're near the edge, if a tear spawns under you, you can move to another place in the bubble and be safe.
Yeah, can we mark someone so that we can kind of like stay on that side of same person, and then when the tear, we can all move to the other side.
There we go. So you can be the stack point for phase 1 as well, near the edge of the circle.
That'll suck.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bow before your true master. His eyes behold
Whose job is it to make this list?
every unnumbered cry.
Not mine.
Intellect.
Get in position.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier.
Move forward for the tear. Here comes Void Crash. And the eyes.
Oblivion Tier. Obscurity. Oblivion Tier. Void Crash. Eyes of Insult.
Ground effects.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Use the relic and burn those guardians.
Be careful of this tear, please.
Move to the far side from their side.
Gonna need a healer external in a minute.
I got you.
Here we go.
Now. Thanks.
Someone needs to pick up Pepper's car.
Tear out. We don't need one. Akunda.
Got it.
Watch out for this tear.
Mind benders are out. This is the Tempest Caller one.
Fist of Insult. Hysteria.
I've got it.
Oblivion Tier.
Watch out for the terror.
Call Undying Guardian. Gift of Insect. Hysteria. Oblivion Tier.
Mindbender's coming soon. This is the bubble.
Consume.
Gather him up and kill them. Watch out for the fear guy.
Unknowable Terror.
Gakun to use it.
Kill the little guys. Watch the tear.
Gift of Insect. Hysteria. Call Undying Guardian.
Reposition.
Oblivion Tier.
Watch the tear.
Savage was appetite thing.
He's transitioning.
Someone ran over one.
Go ahead and use the relic.
Anyone?
Lightning now.
I'm waiting after the like.
Burn this guy. You gotta get him down.
Not happening, Kevin. Oh, it did. Look at that.
Last tick.
Oblivion Tier.
Position.
Oblivion Tier.
Free heal
Watch
spec.
the tear. No AoE in 5 seconds.
Oblivion Tier.
Watch
Tear.
the tear.
Gift of Insect.
No AoE.
Eyes of Insult.
Watch these tears.
Normal beam.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier.
Should we lost anytime soon?
Yes, now once the beams are over, reposition and lost.
Watch terror.
Someone stood in it.
Yep, he's at the 5 million in healing.
Oblivion Tier. Eyes of Insult.
Second beam, this is the bubble one.
Call Undying Guardian.
Everyone's
Stack in the
stacked
bubble.
together.
Oblivion Tier.
Watch for tears.
Personnel stuff beams.
Oblivion Tier.
That's anyone.
Oblivion Tier. Gift of Insult. Lunacy. Call Undying Guardian.
Okay.
Oblivion Tier.
Watch
Eyes
the
of
tear.
Insult.
This is the fourth beam that we would have to normally CD through.
Oblivion Tier. Oblivion Tier. Call Undying
We did
Guardian.
much better with tears in the first two phases, and then it kind of went to shit in phase
Gift
3.
of Insult. Lunacy.
Have to
Oblivion
prioritize
Tier.
that over damage.
Unworthy, aid your faithful servant, almighty
Eyes of Insult.
Nazar.
Eyes of Insult. Eyes of Insult. Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Do we have a resident?
Found wanting.
No.
Can you take Oblivion Tear damage without stepping in it?
Not that I know of.
Because it looks like we had 10 people take Oblivion Tear damage. But he only had 5 million in healing from it, which is weird. Could it be 1%
from
of
the Void Stone?
Yeah, if the Void Stone's up and someone who doesn't have the shield steps in one, then it will damage them, but it won't heal him.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, while the stone's up, anybody can eliminate them, so that's fine.
You drop a repair bot, Sutter.
I stepped in one because I had an arc of 3 in front of me, trapping me away from the boss, and I tried threading a narrow
Yeah.
gap and
Nope.
missed.
I think they're slightly bigger than the graphic leads you to believe.
Yeah,
which
I do too. Because I thought
because
I thought
Liz
I
does
was
that a
out of
lot,
one.
and it's bullshit.
Yeah, I thought there was one I thought I was out of and wasn't.
Nope. Stay well away from it and run the long way around and fail to DPS if you have to.
I made it to a cap once.
The other thing is let's try to when you see the phase 2 to 3 transition happen, when he runs over, just immediately pop the Tempest Collar when that happens. Because we don't want to delay using the relic on the phase 2 to 3 transition, because we need to be able to use the Void Stone early so we can clear some tears before phase 3 begins.
So one thing about oh, Nina's online. Do you want to come, Nina? Are you here, Nina?
Yes, I am.
Let's get
I'm gonna say one thing about range that I don't know may or may not help. I understand there's always things with being trapped and having to run all the way around or something, but probably what you should not be just always at max range. Absolutely not. And I understand that we don't want to be stacked on top of the melees and dropping the void tears there, but we are pretty much just barely behind the melee. That's where we should be. It should be a lot closer than max range. And, you know, because the tanks are constantly kiting it anyway, you might have to shift inside when we get the purple things are coming out, but you should just kind of be following a little bit, not that far behind the melee range. And then the void tears are going to end up behind you.
And the default dodging direction when you see an Oblivion Tear under you is to run forward.
Yes.
Tears go forward. You should be on the crashes, strafing towards the center.
Yeah, you can also go forward for the crashes if you want, as long as you move back afterward.
Yeah, well, it's probably better to do that, because if you get a crash, and then the Oblivion Tear, you're basically dropping it on the melee.
Yeah.
It's okay to drop a tear a little farther in towards the center, but yeah, dropping it on melee is not.
All right, let's do
Anything
one more.
new for melee?
Nothing for you, I think. Yeah, we just changed the timing of some relics, but that shouldn't affect you at all. Let's do one more pull and then we'll break.
Stamina.
Yeah, Chanta.
She's AFK.
I think she's AFK.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm back. I'm
mic lasts full.
discussing crap.
Goose that
Crap. Sweet crap.
Quit giving me crap. I'm just saying.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance. His eyes behold
Void crash.
Bait the first Oblivion Tear out. Here comes the circle. Reposition inside.
All undying guardian. Oblivion tier. Void crash. Eyes of Enso.
First eyes.
Oblivion tier. Gift of Enso. Obscurity. Oblivion tier. Void crash.
Rain should
All
stack
undying
back up.
guardian. Oblivion tier. Eyes of Enso.
Ground effects. Don't stand in them. Use the relic now. Oh, suffering, you're gonna die. Gonna use the relic now.
External for Zutter.
Thank you.
Here's the tear. Be
Dropping.
careful.
Oh shoot. That was my mistake.
What's your language?
Don't talk to your dad like that.
Go ahead and do your best. We have 2 minutes on a res. You did such a good job with the tears that I actually depleted my shield to getting rid of them. And then I walked outside like an idiot.
Oblivion tier. Removal terror.
No.
Oblivion tier.
All right,
Rain stack up behind him.
I just popped mine.
I did too.
Cool.
All undying guardian.
Oblivion Tear coming. Be ready to move forward.
Oblivion
There
tier.
it is.
Gift of Enso. Hysteria.
Next set of Mindbenders. This is the one we will bubble. There they are.
Consumed essence.
Go ahead and range interrupts. Bring them together and damage them down.
Removal terror. Oblivion
Watch
tier.
out for the thing.
Get out of that. We don't have a totem.
Boss DPS is useless right now beyond the ad. And then bubble when they die. And kill the little guys that come out. Watch which way the boss is facing. He's facing outside towards the edge of the circle. Don't be in front of him.
Yeah, we didn't get that guardian down.
There's always one that lives.
And we ate a tear.
It wouldn't have
That's-
mattered.
Try to push him.
I've got
Sorry.
this.
Do you have the Tempest Collar up? If you have it, then
Yeah, I
use
have
it. Burn him down. Be ready to use Void Stone to clear tears immediately.
Wait. No.
No or yes?
Go ahead now.
Everybody run into a nearby tear if you see one. Good. Don't run into the one now. Just clear
Now
it.
get
Just,
it off.
Drop the shield. Good.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
Tear, move forward. Range, get in front of the tear. Don't be standing next to it.
Do we have a res for Diva?
No. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
now
we
you
need
do.
a little more room.
Yeah, I was trying to get in room.
Yep.
Game.
No AoE. Doing this beam normally.
Damage reductions for this, please.
Call Undying Guardian.
Get behind the boss.
Oh well.
Watch where he's facing.
Oblivion
Which
Tear.
direction? Oh, what's happening?
Oblivion Tear.
Gift of Insight. Lunacy.
No AoE.
Okay.
Let's reposition the boss. Face him in a direction.
I just, that was me.
This is the bubble one.
We're not gonna have bubble.
Soak it normally, I guess.
Oblivion Tear.
Okay, I'm just gonna die.
Yep, go ahead and stand outside. Do we have a res? No, we don't. Okay.
No.
We used it on me.
That's your fault for taking it.
Gift of Insight.
No, it was a good time. Alright, let's break now. I'll give you an extra minute to run back.
Oh, your generosity is amazing, JK. Just saying.
Savash, your father's really, really cool.
Fuck is this meme, dude?
I'm done.
It's
Fantastic.
Buttcoin's fault.
I can't believe you've done.
It's been a minute and I still haven't run back all the way.
Go and get some overtime.
I'll be right back.
Health tones up if you need them.
checking who's back.
Question about the leeching mechanic.
Yes.
What do I, as the leeched player, have to worry about in terms of position?
So every 2 seconds, whoever is in that circle with you will do 20k to them and take 20k health from each of them. So for example, if you're down, like, you will also take 20k per 2 seconds, just from having the debuff. So if you have exactly one person in that circle with you, it will be completely neutral. So you will take 20k and you'll leech 20k from them, and you'll take 20k and leech 20k. And so long as they're getting healed, then you will both be fine. But
took 40.
You should just take 20 from ticking. It's one every second. It should do like 10, 12k or something, 13k.
So it doesn't matter if my leeching circle overlaps another leeching circle.
If nobody's standing in the overlapping area, especially, it doesn't matter.
Right. Otherwise, they're taking a big hit.
Yeah, the bad thing would be, say you have a circle and you stand right next to somebody else who has a circle. Now you are both, you're both leeching off each other, which is fine because it'll cancel each other out if you think of. But people who stand in both of your circles combined will now will give 20k to each of you and take 40k in damage. And sometimes that's desirable, especially at the end when there's more people who have the debuff than people who don't have it. But early on, especially, you don't want to have like 4 people in the circle with you and you're down like 10k health. Then you're gonna overheal for 70k and do 70k extra damage to them that needs to be healed off.
Okay.
So generally speaking, 2 buddies is good, is a good run number, because it'll give you a little extra in case you've taken damage from other mechanics, especially when like the eye beams and stuff come out. You want to stack with more than one other person immediately after in order to get your health back up into a safe spot.
Okay.
And that's why we can't really just stack in behind the boss and nicely follow him for phase 3.
Yes, that's why, especially early on, we don't want to stack everybody together, because say like one person, the first person who gets it, right? There's say 20 people, so say 10 people, that person's going to be doing 200k damage to the whole raid and healing for 20k. And it's not a great trade-off.
At your side,
For the melee, how are they going to, like, you gonna like have like affected people on right side leg?
It's just
You want to, if there's like 2 people who have it, only 2 people, then you want to have 2 separate stacks, right? You want the 2 circles
be
maybe a
honest,
little overlapping, but
to me, the bigger concern is when somebody goes and stands away and
yeah,
gets no healing than anything else. And then
especially as the
also
fight goes
us
on.
positioning properly afterward and getting back into the thing where we're trying to move around like we were and handle the tears properly is way better than worrying about the proper number of people stacking.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about, is we get these tears all over the place and it just makes hell for the tanks navigate.
Well, we were kind of running all over the place and we didn't get repositioned at the
Yeah,
end of
I'd
it.
say for the leech, especially, like I'd say up until like the first beam, maybe, be a little conscious of it, and then afterwards you can just kind of stack together. It's really just it becomes less important the more debuffs go out. And it's just at the beginning when there's like 1 or 2, it's a little more effective to not have them all stacked up. But
Yeah,
worst scenario is having it and not being near enough people.
If the tanks have to do a big move, could they call it out? Because there was like one time that during the beams, I was moving around and then I'm looking for the boss, and He's over on the other side of the circle.
So the tank, there will almost always be a tank swap in the middle of the beam happening.
Yeah.
And the problem is that I have to do the beams normally, like everybody else. Zoff can AMS through them, and we want to keep the ads and the boss apart. So usually Zoff is farther away, and then there will be a swap that happens. So basically, we can't do a lot about the positioning during the actual beams. We can fix it
Okay.
afterwards, but in the middle of it, it's kind of a madhouse between the two of us that
Oh yeah.
we can't really position him.
Well, it's not so bad to have it. Just if it could get called out, oh, we're over on the other side, because yeah, everybody else is trying to
we
keep from
should try
beating.
to be in the same positions we are during the whole rest of it once we get kind of rejiggered in the proper. So what I was saying before, we're behind the melee, but not too far behind the melee.
Yeah, I'd say after the beam, just call out when you're tanking, like I'm taking it to the edge, then we'll know that this, and when you're in position, say like we're facing him, go ahead and position, then we'll position behind. Like if you have to spin him to be clockwise instead of counterclockwise, then call it out and we can go to the other side. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, because that's the other thing is sometimes when you've had to position him, you've ended up so that if you continue clockwise, yeah, you're starting to run into tears. It probably is better to flip flop or clockwise, counterclockwise. That if there's a lot of clear going the other way. Oh, flasks.
Well, this is just check who's here. We had people reporting AFK after the break. Yeah, that one transition, Saffron, what happened was if you get hit by the ground effect eyes, you'll become hostile and unhealable, and then if the lightning relic goes, we can't really heal you.
Also, you were in the middle of we were all cleaving those ads, so you're gonna die. You're gonna die. I'm gonna text Savash.
Daddy's waiting.
Jesus
Okay, there's something I missed.
Not really.
I'm as clueless as you are.
I think you were on disc when Savash expressed his admiration for you. I think he wants you to be his dad.
That's what Buckcoin said, and now it's turned into a thing, which I'm sure Savage is gonna be really mad about very soon.
Holy fuck! Sorry.
Get
there
back
you
here.
are.
Let's get a piece down.
JKM's gonna put you in timeout.
I thought you would have just pulled me out by this point and pulled.
We're not gonna let you off that easy.
Can we get a feast, please?
Hey, fine. I have my own food.
Oh, okay.
Nom nom nom. In the game or in real life?
Whoa.
Come eat.
Oh, well, I just wasted my own food.
Nina, come
this
eat.
one's better.
It is better.
I ate.
Oh.
Yeah. Phase 1 and Phase 2 look really actually pretty smooth now. It's this we get to Phase 3 and this all goes to.
The biggest thing would be just remember on the transition to phase 3, as soon as you see him hit 45% and start running over there, just pop the Tempest Collar immediately and trust that people can damage down the ad 80% in 15 seconds.
Okay, phase 3, he runs out to the edge again like he does in phase.
Yeah, between each transition, he'll run up to the eye and become undamageable and cast and yell some RP, and that's when we should be killing the ads. All right, let's do it.
Five,
Oh, whoops.
Potions at some point too.
3, 2,
Put my
1.
tricks in Bible.
Pay the price
Nice.
for your defiance. His eyes behold
Saw
Bait
red
the
knight.
first terror outside. There it is. Let's reposition. Watch where the circle's spawning. Might be a little close. Perfect.
Might want to move away from
Forward for the
Yeah,
terror.
yeah.
Good. Range getting close. Oh. First eye.
Oblivion Tear. Gift of Insight. Obscurity.
Very good position.
Void Crash. Eyes of Insight. Maddened Eyes of Tear.
Wait for the terror and the ground effects.
Call Undying Guardian.
I hit it.
I burst.
I'm still good.
Oblivion Tear.
move him up.
He's transitioning. Use the stone or the light. I can't pick up the void stone, so Kells, you're gonna have to do it.
It's not pickable right now.
I guess it's still on cooldown because I died.
What a scrub.
Silly me.
Just really cool.
Don't stand in that tear. Oh, somebody did.
Jeez.
Oblivion Tear.
Jeez.
Can ranged come out? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I've got the
I got
stone.
this.
Let me know when to use it. The void.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. We'll just do it on the transition.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
They're out. This is Tempest Call.
Gift of Insight. Hysteria.
Beyond the ad.
Oblivion Tear.
Gunda.
Oblivion Tear.
Get behind him.
Came
Call Undying Guardian. Gift of Insight. Hysteria. Oblivion Tear.
Need to move him.
Consume Essence.
This is the bubble one.
Unknown Terror.
Let's
Oblivion
get out of
Tear.
here. Keep interrupt.
Ah, he's getting it off. Ooh, nice interrupt.
Kill the ads. Pop the bubble.
There's one way out there.
Oblivion Tear.
Interrupt. Watch out for that turret.
Yeah, he just healed like crazy.
Call Undying Guardian.
Sorry, I got bounced.
He's
from
over
the
50%.
other.
Look at it.
Alright, let's go ahead and die.
Oblivion Tear.
Yeah, it was delayed ever so slightly, and so he got a hysteria cast off before the ads died, and that heals. I have a res, so don't release. do not really.
Your dream has
Yeah, about 8 million, 8.5 million Oblivion Tear. Yep.
Well, I just ran into one right now on purpose.
So then it was 7.5.
They were
Don't release.
tempted and found wanting.
It's a cool sword you have. Zay, your lack of transmog. Oh, you look like such a dipshit.
I need to realize.
Go ahead.
If you're ranged, you don't want to be in on top of those ads until the bubble comes up. Because I think we're just getting too many ranged in among those ads, getting ready for the bubble, and yeah, we just get tears always for.
Okay, this is my last feast. No one else but me put down a feast. I'm gonna put a feast.
But can you share the recipe?
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's soulbound.
I can send you the ingredients. Just send me some damn fish.
I used my last 2 yesterday, so I need to do some fishing.
Have some damn fish.
Thank you. Go fishing the other fish.
I guess we gotta go do blockade some more so people can fish off the pier. Go give Greystaff a feather.
Almost here.
Oh, I was thinking about when mages used to need a feather for spellful.
And could again if you play classic.
And you kill birds and farm feathers and small eggs.
Oh, please. This reminds me of those quests that you take hours to get 10 feathers, hundreds of kills.
Does anyone have a flask?
Nope.
What type?
Guild bulk?
Intelligence. I didn't see one when it was up earlier.
Here, I can quickly make you one.
Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I think you're plenty smart enough already. Everyone's ready. Do we have? Yes, we're buffed. Okay.
We don't have fort.
Yeah, Chanta.
4.
What?
3.
I have
Fort.
I have fort.
I have.
I don't.
That's because you were out of the range, butthead.
Bait the first tear way out. First tear is out. Get in position.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier.
Nice tear.
Void Crash.
Crashes are up.
Eyes of Insight.
First eyes.
Oblivion Tier.
Touch the tear.
Gift of Insight. Obscurity. Oblivion Tier.
Watch the tear.
Void Crash. Eyes of Insight.
Void crash.
Maddening Eyes of Insight. Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
Use the relic, burn him. There's a full health one coming in, switch to that one first. Use the relic.
For that tear
Watch
that's right
the
on the
tears.
boss.
Don't run through them.
Clearing.
Well done.
I got these. We're clearing outside. Tear. First set is out. This is the Tempest Caller one.
Oblivion 2.
Guardian's pretty high.
Totem.
Oblivion 2.
Getting into the edge.
Get to the
Get
edge,
Ruby
Rage.
up.
Call Undying Guardian. Gifts of Insight. Hysteria. Oblivion Tier.
Get that Ruby.
Oh, he landed right in the thing.
Yeah, 1.3 million healing.
Keep pushing.
Unknowable Terror.
Second set's up. This is the one we bubble.
Oblivion Tier.
Tear.
Group up the ads. Interrupt.
Can we grip that one from there?
Star
already
needs an
gripped it.
interrupt.
Oh.
Oblivion Tier.
Do we want it?
Pop the bubble. Get inside the bubble. Burn down this last one.
Oblivion Tier.
Watch
Tear.
tear. Just kill these. We're gonna have to heal through them.
Totem.
I'm gonna turn the boss.
He's facing the opposite direction. Get behind him on the other side. Oh, now he's in the right direction. We got a third set of Mindbenders. Let's see if we can do it. He's transitioning. Gather these up and kill him. And use the relic when they're low.
Don't stand in these zone.
Go ahead and use the Tempest.
You want Void after it's done?
Yes.
Who's tanking the boss?
I am.
Oblivion Tier.
Okay, do it. Burn it off.
Tier. Call Undying Guardian.
6 million healing now. Gotta stop standing in those.
Can we? When do we do it?
Do what?
Bloodlust. When do we do it?
After the lasers.
Look out.
No AoE. Here comes the first laser.
Oblivion Tier. Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier.
Careful, man.
You're positioned and
We're lusting.
Yes, less now.
Do it.
Oblivion Tier.
Don't stand in the terror.
Gift of Insight.
No AoE.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tier. Eyes of Insight.
We're gonna bubble this one. gather up.
Oblivion Tear.
We can't use bubble weapons. They're gonna work.
Oh, we're dead then.
Was it too much? Was it too soon after the last one?
Never ready in time.
I fucking remember dying.
So we'll, yeah, okay. Because last time we used it on the first mind benders, and I thought it'd be up in time, but if it's not, then we'll just delay it.
9 million healing.
So we'll just have to do it correctly. Let's go
Oh
ahead
wait,
and
no,
release.
I take it back. It's 2.6 million
It
healing.
was
What was I
much
looking
better
at?
that time.
That was Undying Guardian I was looking at.
Fucking demon hunters.
So what we'll do if we're gonna get a third beam anyway, so we'll just heal and cool down the second one, and we will bubble the third one.
We need to not get that other set of mind benders because we had to use healing cooldowns for that during the just before. You know.
Yeah, I'm having
Well,
I'm
if we
having
don't
hard
pop
times.
any tears, then we shouldn't get that.
Yes. Phase
I-
2, the tears were
All I'm just
extended.
all I'm saying is at this point, it's hard to save the healing cooldowns for the last bit. So there's something that needs to be changed. Get.
We had one extra set, and
kill
we had to do it because we had to use the goddamn trident again. So I mean, if I didn't do it, everybody would have been low, and then we would have used the void stone with everyone low. You know what I mean?
Also, when the mind benders come out, please don't do anything that will prevent them from getting grouped up. So, like, do not knock them back. Don't, like, that's unless you ring of peace them in, don't ring of peace them out. So
was a
be
mistake.
careful. Yeah, so
Yeah, there was
be
that one in
careful.
Narnia.
No, I
I was
can't.
like, I mean, Ring of Peace kind of calls people out pretty specific.
You can use your knockbacks to knock them into the other one.
It
Please
was just
don't
a
knock them
misaimed.
away.
It was just misaimed. That it won't happen again.
It
I
better
believe in
not.
you, Bike
Bike
Chen.
Chen.
Yeah, we've got 2 DKs and 1 tank, demon hunter. So there's lots of grip people.
Like, it doesn't do much if we grip them in and then people knock them back out or something like.
Also, like I think Brasmus is usually busy tanking the
Yeah,
boss
I'm
or something.
taking the boss, so I don't have the ability to grip
So
it.
get on it, Bible.
I can only grip one, like that one where there are
Yeah.
2
Get
really
that.
far away.
Get that PvP talent that gives you 2 grips.
Drop your weapon and use your other hand.
Oh, okay. Smart.
It's coming with an essence. We can use it if I'm blood.
Except it's blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly the solution is to 3 tank.
Let me just get a grip on my aura. I should get like a fucking scorpion saw. Get over.
What
Oh.
was that?
3, 2,
What?
1.
Never mind.
Range should be far out.
Oblivion Tear.
There's the tear. Get back in.
Gift of Insight.
Here comes the circle.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
First set of eyes coming.
Eyes of Insight. Oblivion Tear. Gift of Insight. Obscurity. Oblivion Tear.
Behind him.
transitioning, use the relic now. Using relic.
Range back to edge.
Dropping.
Shutter.
Tear, move forward.
Can you move the boss?
Why do I have the boss?
First set of ads.
Oblivion Tear.
Just use Tempest Collar.
Tay?
Yep.
Let's reposition, get behind. Get Chant up once her thing ends.
Sorry, I mistimed my thing.
Oblivion Tear.
Get to the edge range.
Second set is up. Gather them up and kill them. We'll use bubble when they're low. Oh, shoot, that was fast.
Yeah.
You did such a good job. Gather them up, use collar now. Pick it up, it's on the ground. No bubble. Kill these void spawns. Good. Reposition. Let's do void stone when we have it.
Range should be as close to the circle as possible on the edge.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
Okay, I have Void Stone. Do you want to use it?
We're gonna get beamed soon and lunacy, so don't do it.
Oblivion Tear.
Lust after beams.
Yes. No AoE. Here comes first beam.
Don't go in any tears.
Call Undying Guardian.
Oh god.
Oblivion
Look at all those 2 sticks.
Oblivion Tear.
Reposition.
Everybody get behind him.
No AoE.
Did I miss last?
Eyes of Inso.
Yeah, we have it. We used it.
Somebody else who has a last button.
I just did.
Hold on for this one.
Didn't get it.
Still good normally.
Oblivion Tear. Oblivion Tear.
Reposition.
I have to drink, I'm sorry.
Upstairs.
Gift of Inso. Lunacy. Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
Can we get rid of some of those tears so we don't pop more?
Eyes of Inso.
No.
Just avoid them.
Oblivion Tear.
Burn them. Use the bubble for this one.
If you have pots or anything.
Get in the bubble.
Oblivion Tear.
Watch the tear.
No.
your best. Just pop, do everything. He's got 7%. Don't step in any tears. Throw a bop on the tank with the ads on the next switch.
Tell me who that is.
It'll be Zutter soon.
Okay, here's... Yeah. Fuck.
Beams.
She's bopped.
Go, Paladin.
Stay on him. Yeah, we got too many torments. Oh well. Good effort.
Well, is there a reason we didn't use Voidstone at all to clear?
You're just
Because people
unhealable at
won't
that time.
die at that point if it doesn't happen at the transition.
Because if you have the Void Stone up, then we can't heal the people who are feeding healing into the people who have torment. So
Gotcha.
those
Just because
people will just
we
get
popped
leeched
a
to death.
couple tears because there just wasn't a lot of as much room to maneuver
Yeah.
as we usually
Once
have.
we're
And
once
I think
we're
if
in
we
phase
hadn't
3,
popped those, we would have gotten it.
once we're
I
in
do
phase
have
3,
a-
there's. Go ahead.
When we've got two leeches in melee, and they stand a little farther apart because it was very hard to stand in one circle and not.
Yeah, I would say just have 2 stack points. So the first 2 people who get it just be on his back left and back right, and then additional ones will just choose one of those 2 sides, and stack with the existing. But I think it was okay. We had the bubble up for the 3rd one, and if people stay alive, we can hopefully kill him before the 4th eye beam comes out and not worry about it.
Did you want us to use the bubble in phase 2 at all? Because I didn't hear you call for it.
We had a bad we transitioned faster than expected because the second we were saving the bubble for the second mindbender spawn, but we pushed the phase so quickly that he started transitioning into phase 3 when that spawn came out. Which is good, yes.
I mean, we
So-
shouldn't be using it in the second phase anyway.
Yeah, if that does happen again, we want to do the same thing we did. We want to use Tempest Keeper to kill them. So that was a good job in phase 2 then, if you pushed it so quickly. Let's do one more pull really quick.
Yeah, one thing I'm noticing during the eye beams is you're getting the tear coming up whilst the eye beams, and I'm finding that we almost have to run in front of the. It's coming up so close to the boss at that point that there's no place to run. Like the boss isn't being moved because the tanks need to do the right thing for the eye beam, but it's kind of like you don't want to run in front of the boss to avoid. Uh, it's just kind of things are getting tight for space.
Yeah, just don't be afraid to take the beam early, right? You should definitely be doing, and then you can just stand still and wait for the other one, and hopefully your debuff will fall off by the time the beam sweeps around you. It can definitely be very close.
Well, as long as you're not completely out of health with the debuff, it seems like even 2 stacks isn't horrible.
On the 2 stacks?
2 stacks is very bad. That's 50k a tick.
You will die.
You might not die if you have defensives
If
and
you are not
most
dying,
people will
it's
die.
because you're lucky that we're doing a good job of saving
Oh yeah, I
your
know
ass.
your guys are.
You
but
absolutely
usually,
cannot get 2 stacks, and I'm saying this as somebody who's got it before. It's really bad.
It's just 50k a tick per second, and so it'll kill you in 4 seconds if you don't get any healing. But other than that, it seems okay. In phase 3, don't worry too much about positioning, especially when things start going crazy. If you're ranged, as long as you're near, as long as the tormented people are getting healed, it's not as big a deal, especially when we're just trying to get through the skin of our teeth. Not triggering the tears is more important than anything else.
Whoever's casting Lust, when you do that, can you call out potions to remind us to use our battle? I wasn't actually aware when the Lust went off.
It will always be right after the first. So you can do it basically, gray stuff, if you want to do it right after the beams have gone out and you've done your little dodging dance. Once you're back in position, just use it immediately
Okay.
and call it out.
I just love having a call for that.
Ah, crap. Oh well. I just noticed my gem has got 30 seconds to go before it's ready again.
And folks, on phase 3 with the tears, we need to stack them better. We need to be more on the edge. So ranged should be as close to the edge of the room as possible and as close to the previous tear as possible.
Especially at the beginning, because that gives us more space later when we don't have a choice. You really want to invest in your future early on.
I have no future.
Jesus.
Fun.
That was dark.
5, 4,
But funny.
3,
Dark
2,
Age.
1.
Before your true master.
Yeah, so right now, range should be as far to the edge of the room as possible. Nope, further.
First one, now come back in. Here comes the circle, be inside. Reposition.
Reposition.
Move forward for the tear. Here comes first beam.
Somebody already stepped in.
Can we die and do one more pull? Let's do that, please, please.
Do it quickly. Let's all die. Battle res a heal. I have a res, don't release. Hands off the keyboard and mouse. Don't click anything.
They were tested and found wanting.
Here comes the res.
Only 2 people running.
Torrens reading books.
I'll come get you. Oh, no, you're here.
Here's the feast, come eat.
Let's buff up quickly and do it again.
I got your res, Brasmus.
Okay, good.
I got res from someone. No, I got it from Melissa.
Chaos, eat.
Nice.
His crown will open the way. Gammon will save us. Gammon will save us. Gammon will save us. Gammon.
What the? What is this?
Gammon.
It's gammon time.
Oh
Put your
God.
faith in Gammon.
Send him
Let's
back.
go.
He'll have a backgammon.
Gammon.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pay the price for your defiance.
To the edge.
Back in the middle.
Call Undying Garden Oblivion Tier.
Forward for tear. Here comes the eyes.
Eyes of Insight.
Get Gray Staff up.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tear.
Tear. Use the relic now. Here we go. Use what?
There's.
Oh, that was
One
not
got 8. 2 got 8.
External on me.
No, the rest of it's void.
Okay, that was void.
clearing.
Get to the edge.
Oblivion Tear. Unknowable Terror.
Get out of there. Don't step on the tear. Don't be in front of the boss. Reposition.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian. Consume Essence.
Here's the ads. Tempest Caller, this one.
Hysteria. Oblivion Tear. Unknowable Terror.
Akunda.
Done.
Oblivion Tear.
Done.
Get behind the boss.
Call Undying Guardian. Gift of Insult. Hysteria. Oblivion Tear. Consume Essence.
Second set's up. We're gonna bubble these. Make sure they're interrupted.
Unknowable Terror.
Get them out of there. Keep them interrupted.
Oblivion Tear.
Kill them, and once the little ads are. Bubbles down. Get inside the bubble.
Oblivion Tear.
Watch the tear.
Gift of Insult. Hysteria. Call Undying
Good.
Guardian.
Reposition
Is it void time?
on the transition.
Drop of the stair.
Unknowable Terror.
Push him. Here he goes. Use the lightning round now. Burn them down.
Lightning.
Yep, sorry, I was trying to...
Somebody
behind
hit
him.
that there. 2.2 million in here.
Go counterclockwise.
Should do void now.
Oblivion Tear.
Someone put an external on Zetter.
Do it.
Oblivion Tear. Call
Tear.
Undying Guardian.
Gotta clear it.
Oblivion Tear. Gift of Insult. Lunacy.
No AoE.
Insult.
First eyes.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
Alright, lost us.
Oblivion Tear.
Get behind him.
Pop no tears and we're good.
Oblivion Tear.
Tear on the back.
Got this, boys.
Hey, range speed towards the
No
edge.
AoE.
No AoE.
Oh god.
Eyes of Insult. Oblivion Tear.
Liable, you need more people with you.
Call Undying Guardian.
Do it normally.
AoE.
This beam is going to be difficult. Make sure you.
Oblivion Tear.
Watch the tears.
Oblivion Tear.
Stack up
Get back in
behind him.
position.
Gift of Encircle. Unity.
No AoE.
Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tear. Eyes of Ensil.
We have
Next
the
up.
bubble for this one.
Oblivion Tear.
We have bubble.
Yes.
Okay.
Stack up on the boss.
Stack up.
1B res available.
Don't stack
Use
up,
it. Use it. Tear,
Get out
tear.
of that tear. Get out of that tear.
Use it on anyone.
Heal them for another million.
Call Undying Guardian.
Guys, you can do
7.5
it.
go, guys.
Oblivion Tear. Gift of
Tear.
Encircle. Unity.
Oh, AoE. Take him.
Oblivion Tear.
Got 3
Tear.
heals, TA.
So do you have Bob? Oh, it's too late.
Okay, tears in 3. Avoid it.
You gotta click it off.
Oblivion Tear. Call Undying Guardian.
Don't step in the tear.
5.3.
Personals.
Oblivion Tear.
Don't forget stones. All across.
Gift of Encircle. Unity.
Zutter.
Oblivion Tear.
Beyond the boss.
Heal up, protect me.
Call Undying Guardian. Oblivion Tear. Eyes of Ensil.
3.8, keep going.
On the next swap, you'll Bob Erasmus.
No.
Red Zutter.
Oblivion Tear.
Beams coming in, personals.
I think that's.
Oh well.
Call Undying
No.
Guardian.
Try.
5 million healing from Oblivion Tear. That was the difference right there.
Well, I mean, it was getting dodgy at the end there. Oh well. We'll get it next week.
Next week, Adult Napper will be back, so that'll.
Can I get a portal to Not Stoner?
I don't think there's
Old
pun.
Dalaran.
I don't think there's anywhere else to go. No.
Thank you.
Stonered all the way down.